Why did the little girl fall off the swing? Because she had no arms. Yeah, right? I'll leave you with one final story, right? It's another true story. If I say they're true, by the way, they are. I promise, they're all true. And this is probably my favourite school story ever. It was 1976 again, so I was about 14. And we had a kid in our class called Gary Masterman. And Gary developed Tourette's syndrome, like every sentence of the swear word, and he had a tic. Because we learned all about it in assembly. Gary was up there, all the teachers knew him, all the kids knew him. He was a popular lad, right? And yeah, nice guy, Gary Masterman. But sometimes his tics seemed relevant. And I'll never forget, we were having this lesson with a young female teacher called Miss Wilkie. She was at the blackboard, and she was doing those calling out suggestions. I can't remember what it was about, but she'd go, Simon, what do you think? Yeah, that's good. Yes, that works, yeah. Brian, what do you... Yeah, good, yeah. And she went, Gary. He went, I'll finger you, miss. And she just went, anyone else? And she pointed to Sean Dixon, and Sean went, yeah, I'll finger you. Try and explain to someone every day what freedom of speech means, particularly in the context of comedy, and particularly in the context of a joke, that a joke about a bad thing isn't as bad as the bad thing. It's not even necessarily condoning the bad thing. It could be anti the bad thing. It depends on the actual joke. And this woman said, you should never make jokes about food allergies. I should have left it, right? I sent back, I make jokes about AIDS, cancer, famine, and the Holocaust, right? And you're telling me I should never joke about food allergies. She sent back, yes, but the Holocaust didn't kill children. Well, it did, didn't it? It was horrible, the Holocaust. Some would say as bad as food allergies. Did anyone have a pedo teacher when they were at school? Yes, yeah. Round of applause for pedo teachers, yeah. That's another thing. I think where people are now trying to be so politically correct, they're trying to out-woke each other. Soon someone's going to say, you can't say pedo anymore. It's a derogatory term. It offends people who are child addicted, right? So you're going to have people going to the doctor going, Doctor, I think I'm child addicted, right? And doctor go, oh, you poor thing. How do you feel? I feel like I want to fiddle with kids. That is one of the symptoms. Don't worry, sit down. We'll get you into a facility at taxpayers' expense, right? And we'll wean you off children. How does that work, doctor? Well, you know, like when they give heroin addicts methadone, yeah? Well, we're going to start you on dwarves, right? It might work. It might. My mum, she was the salt of the earth, but she just said what she wanted, right? And she'd do anything for you, but she reserved the right to moan about it. So, growing up, right, our next-door neighbour, Mrs. Dawson, she was about 25 years older than my mum. So when my mum was 60, this old lady was already like 85, 86, and my mum was the last living witness to her existence. She lives alone, and my mum did everything for her. Right? She went shopping for her, she did the housework, she went round, made her lunch and sat with her for a while, she went back, made her tea, and this went on and on. I remember calling home once, my mum was like 70, and I went, oh, I called earlier, you were out. And my mum went, yeah, I was rating Dawson's. And I went, oh, how is she? And my mum went, oh, she just won't die, Rick. I was on a plane last year, okay, going from New York to LA, okay, and me and my girlfriend were one side of the plane, there was the aisle, and the other side, there were these two huge fat women, okay, proper fat. One of them just got on and went, can I have a belt extension? Yeah, of course you can, you've earned it, right? So, proper. In fact, I was thinking of calling the pilot out and going, should one of us swap with one of them? Otherwise, we're just going to Canada. Do you know what I mean? And one of them was even fatter than the other one, okay? And she was there, and she'd got on the plane with one of those takeaway buckets of fast food. Bucket! I mean, there's your first clue. When did that happen? When did fat people just give up? When did they go into a shop and go, oh, fuck it, just treat me like a farmyard animal? Really? Give me it in a bucket. In fact, just strap it to my fucking head, and I'll just... A bucket? Really? You want your meal in a bucket? Yes. Right? So, she's there, and she's chowing down, right? And I swear, she turns to her fat friend and says, "This is the best fried chicken I've had all day." But one thing that isn't ambiguous, whether it's nature or nurture, is racism, right? No one's born racist. You've got to learn that shit, okay? And, again, I don't want to divide the room. I'm not a fan of racism. No, hear me out. I don't care whether you're black, white, brown, European, African... You're all going, yeah, that's all right, Rick. Black, white, brown, European, African. What about the fucking Eskimos? Racist, right? They're fucking weird, Rick. They are not weird. They're just different. They live in the snow. Yeah, that is their little house, the snow. So, right? Yeah, they wear a dead sea lion for their clothes. Yes, that's their clothes, the dead sea lion, right? But here's the thing about racism, right? You drag one out of his little hole in the snow and peel him out of his sea lion outfit, right? And he's standing there naked. You take a closer look, he's basically a cold Chinaman. I told this joke. Made sure the old people couldn't hear, like that. I went, OK. Father, sitting at home, just reading the newspaper. This little girl comes running in. She's only 6. Hello, darling. Hello, Daddy. You've been playing? Yeah. In the park? Yeah. With your friends? Well, until the man came along. Till the man came along? Yeah, a man came along and he asked my friends to leave, so it was just me and him. Darling, come over. Whatever happened, none of it was your fault, OK, darling? None of it was your fault. But tell Daddy every detail. What happened? He took me behind a tree so no one could see what we were doing. Oh, God, darling, and then what happened? He took my dress off. Oh, God, what happened next? What happened? He took his thing out. Oh, God, darling, and then what happened? Nothing, that was it. Oh, we'll make something up. But I'm a considered comedian. I like my jokes to be accurate and my targets to be fair. So I was engaging these people. I was saying, why is it transphobic? And they were saying, it's about a trans person. I said, well, that's ridiculous. That's like saying a joke about Bill Cosby is automatically racist. It depends on the joke. But I was talking to them, I'm willing to learn, and I found out my crime was that I dead named her. Now, I'd never heard that term, before a day after the Golden Globes, and that was saying her old name and even acknowledging that she used to be a man. But she did. I saw him on the Olympic Games. It was decathlon. It was in everything. He was all over the place. Shot put and pole vault. He won a medal. He was famous. He was on telly all the time. But, a big, famous man with a huge, I don't know, but I mean, I'm guessing he's a big, but I've learned my lesson. Now, I'd never dead name her now. Now I know it's wrong, I'd never dead name her now. But like years ago, when, she was a man, that was years ago, I'm saying, right, and she went to the doctor, right, and knocked on the door, and the doctor went, come in. This is years ago. I'm saying, I'd never dead name her now, but this is like a flashback before anyone... Do you know what So, look, come in, and he went, hello, Bruce Jenner, because that was his name then. The doctor, this was years ago, and the doctor went, oh, hi, Bruce Jenner, you big old... How you doing, boy, you fucker? How you doing? You big old lunt. Oh, how you doing, boy? Come here, you fucker. How you doing, Brucey boy? You all right? Right? And Bruce Jenner, because that was his name, this is years ago, right? So Bruce Jenner went, yeah, not too bad, doctor, yeah. Not too bad, right? And I thought, what can I do for you, Bruce? Yeah, fucker, how you doing, boy? And Bruce Jenner went, because that was his name, Bruce Jenner went, look at that. And they went, oh, come on, Bruce Jenner, you know the rules. He uses his whole name every time for some reason, I don't know why. Come on, Bruce Jenner, you fucker, you know the rules. You can't bring your big old pole vaulting pole in here, mate, And Bruce Jenner went, no, that's not my pole vaulting pole, that's my enormous penis. And I thought, oh, right, yeah, seeing as it is your penis, you can bring it in here. But you should have left your shot puts outside. And Bruce Jenner went, that was his name for 58 years, I think. He went, no, they're not my shot put stock, they're my enormous testicles. That's where I get my testosterone and my spunk and shit, right? And the doctor went, oh, yeah, that makes perfect. I'm a medical man, and that you're a big bloke. Oh, you fucker. How you doing, boy? You're a big... You're big, and you would have a big old cock and balls. They're beautiful. That bit familiar, isn't it? And I go, no, but you must be very proud of them, Bruce. Bruce Jenner went, oh, this is going to surprise you, doctor. I want to get rid of them. And the doctor went, what? Why? Ah, they get in the way. Get in the way of what? Fucking driving, for one thing. But as I say, I'm going to be nice tonight. I've changed. Not as much as Bruce Jenner, obviously. Now Caitlyn Jenner, of course. What a year she's had. She became a role model for trans people everywhere, showing great bravery in breaking down barriers and destroying stereotypes. She didn't do a lot for women drivers, but...
Mainly Star Trek memorabilia, because I love Star Trek.
Oh, such a nerd.
Have you never been in a Star Trek?
No, I've never been in a Star Trek, but I love the original series, so I have...
Oh, okay.
Like, I have the Gorn head from the original series from the episode Arena, where...
I know, I'm just nodding.
Oh, the Gorn head.
Oh, yeah.
The Gorn head. Okay. I have... What the is a Gorn head?
What channel are we on now? What is this again? Where are you now?
Well, it depends what medium you're using.
Yeah.
DirecTV would be 247.
247.
247.
Who finds it? They're definitely looking for porn if they find this. There's no way you go through that. And then when they get here, they go, oh, this will do, I'm too tired anyway. It wasn't the only epic movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, nearly 3 hours long. Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end, his date was too old for him. So... Even Prince Andrew's like, come on, Leo, mate, you know.
A town in Minnesota has canceled plans to change the name of a street called Stoner Avenue. It's a weird street, and instead of saying stop, all the signs say, chill, bro.
Sorry. Yeah, you're not giving them, you know, they come out, they park their cars, they've got babysitters, they haven't paid. Why would you? That'd be mental. But if I was you, I'd be going, thank you so much to these people, and giving them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm not doing that.
It was shoddy. It was, I mean, you didn't write it, and that's... But do it like it's your own. Do it like you were clever enough to come up with this joke yourself, okay? On a serious note, just looking at all the faces here reminds me of some of the great work that's been done this year by cosmetic surgeons. You all look great. I've had a little bit of work done. I've had cheek implants. They put them there, which is annoying. Apple roared into the TV game with a morning show. A superb drama, yeah. A superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing, made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. So, I haven't offended anyone. I didn't mean... It's not my fault. There's a lot of powerful people here, so if I said... It's... Honestly, I like a drink as much as the next man. Unless the next man is Mel Gibson.
Why didn't you do more than 12 episodes?
Because I was tired. I think that...
Tired?
I need to lie down. I got the attention span of a toddler. I can't believe you've done this show this long. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either.
I can tell your heart's not in it anymore.
No,
but I couldn't
care less anymore.
Martin Scorsese, the greatest living director, made the news for his controversial comments about the Marvel franchise. He said they're not real cinema and they remind him of theme parks. I agree. Although I don't know what he's doing hanging around theme parks. He's not big enough to go on the rides, is he? It's tiny. The Golden Globes is shown all over the world. It is oblivious to colour or creed. It doesn't just celebrate talent, it celebrates difference. It crushes prejudice and stereotype. One stereotype I hate is that all Irishmen are just drunk, sweary hellraisers. Please welcome Colin Farrell.
I never knew you were this weird.
Really?
No, because you kept it. We worked together for a couple of days. And
I know.
You're absolutely mental.
In a nice way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so.
Lots of big celebrities here tonight. I mean, legends, icons, yeah? Look, at this table alone, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. But... Baby Yoda. Oh, that's Joe Pesci, sorry. I love you, man, don't have me whacked. You probably know me as the creator of The Office. No, you don't, do you? You think Steve Carell did it all? Oh, he's brilliant, isn't he, Steve Carell? He's amazing as the bumbling office manager. Where does he get his ideas from? Let's pay. Been to a lot of award ceremonies. Here. And someone always gets up and says, oh, I haven't prepared a speech. I didn't think I would win. Well, I knew I'd won. And I didn't prepare a speech. That shows you the contempt I have for this award and this town in general.
You look pumped, buffed, and cut. You are ready to go.
Thank you.
When did this happen, for God's sakes?
It's been a gradual process.
Yeah. Well, what is your goal?
Over 50 years.
Uh-huh.
Started off really small.
Yeah. And what's the matter with your voice?
I've got a sore throat.
Ah.
So that's it.
How long have you had the sore throat?
Just a couple of days.
See, now, I had a sore throat around the holidays.
It's all about you, isn't it? It's all about you.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence made the news when she demanded equal pay for women in Hollywood, and she received, overwhelming support from people everywhere. There were marches on the street with nurses and factory workers saying, how the hell can a 25-year-old live on 52 million? There were plumbers around the world going, poor girl in town, what's lucky now? So...
Here. You see what I'm doing there?
Yeah.
Here, you try it.
No, I can't.
Come on. It's the only. This will get rid of.
Sorry.
Huh? What?
How is this not a breakdown? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you gonna?
I'm trying to help you.
That's amazing.
But available for streaming.
I've never seen you so animated.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Thank you. On Netflix.
I thought you were giving up.
Okay.
No, this is. No, I honestly just thought you were seeing this out, biding the time out. I was thinking of I wouldn't be long till I was there.
Oh,
and now...
Well, you think maybe I should? Maybe
no,
huh?
You've got a second wind. Go for it. Why would you... But actors aren't just loved here in Hollywood. They are loved the world over because they're recognisable. You can be anywhere. You could be in the third world, OK, and you get a glimpse of a Hollywood star and it makes you feel better, OK? You could be a little child, a little Asian child with no possessions and no money. But you see a picture of Angelina Jolie and you think, oh, Mummy.
You're 65 this Thursday, aren't you?
That's correct, yes.
You can't use this till Thursday. This is official. I got you a bus pass and senior citizens.
Oh, it's a Metro card. There it is.
No. I want to say something nice about Mal before he comes out. Oh yeah, okay, here you go. I'd rather have a drink with him in his hotel room tonight than with Bill Cosby. Please, Malcolm. Mal Gibson.
Ricky Gervais has a new game show. here on ABC called Child Support, and he really wanted to be here to promote it in person, but he's very busy not being here to promote it in person. So he made a video, he sent a video, and I don't know exactly what the nature of the video is.
Yeah, hi, Jimmy. Sorry I'm not there in person, but, you know, I can't be bothered, to be honest. But I've seen the show, I get the gist of it.
How could you replace Kiefer Sutherland in 24? I'd love to see a real anti-terrorist agent try and defuse a bomb in a busy train station in 1 hour. Some of those scenes, by the way, where Kiefer grabs someone and beats them to a pulp, they weren't even in the script. The director just said, keep rolling, we'll work it into the...
A new series of extras starts this week. Congratulations on, well, on getting a second series, essentially, but also...
Congratulations on already fucking it up. It's next week, you moron.
Hello, Tiny Tim.
Hello. Oh. I bet it looks even worse from that angle.
Keep going. Right.
See?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
What do you think it is that people must... Why must everyone have it?
I can't say what I'm thinking. And they all are too.
Yeah.
Everyone's thinking it.
Go ahead, say it.
Are you an outdoorsman? Do you go out? Do you? Like...
I do. I play tennis. I play golf. I run. Believe it or not.
Is that how you get that deep, buttery tan you have?
Mr. Norton, I'm so excited about your Christmas show.
Bah!
But, sir, there'll be... Brilliant, that's all you got, bar.
Yeah.
I do look a bit more like Parker these days. I don't know, that's the problem. You're getting me confused.
He's kept himself in trim. Look at you. Undo the button. Go on, let it hang out. Look at this. Look at this.
Nothing
no,
there. There's nothing
right.
there.
Fucking let it go.
What?
Look at that.
What is the best thing about having one of these?
The length.
Yeah. Not so much the width.
The width is important, but I prefer, personally, I prefer a long, thin one to a short, fat one.
I can't believe this. You had a birthday, and is it 50 years old? You're not 50 years old. Are you really 50 years old?
50, yeah.
I mean, you look tremendous. You look like you're 35. If somebody had said to me, how old? I say 35. 35, honestly. You look exactly like you did the first time, except you're in better shape. Remember you used to come out, you're sort of pear-shaped when you come out? Now you look great. You didn't
good. Say that at the time, though, did you?
No, I didn't know what to think.
Well, no. You said, well, you look good now because I looked awful before. That's all you're saying. I needed you to say it before. You're pear-shaped. I'd have worked out faster. And now...
But how do you feel at 50? Good, right?
Well, yeah. I'm grumpier. I think I'm grumpier.
Grumpier?
Yeah. I understand you a lot more now. Do you know what I mean? No.
Do you have a dog? You should.
No, we've got a very old cat. She's 16. It wouldn't be right yet. And we travel too much, you know. And
do you travel with the cat?
No.
Maybe have a dog when you're on the road and the cat won't know. Like a traveling salesman who has a different wife in another town.
Yeah, but my cat's on Twitter and someone will tell her.
Can you not drive at all?
I know.
No, but do you know how?
Well, I've seen people do it. I don't.
But you don't have a license.
Go. What?
You don't have a license.
No.
Okay.
You can't drink and drive. So what's the point?
That's kind of.
Getting caught in the zipper. Does that mean this zipper?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, that's never happened. Just one of the advantages of having a very small penis.
It's not something you brag about. No, you don't brag about that.
I hate to boast, but it's pretty tiny.
Oh, my God.
Do you think maybe at 60 it'll get even worse?
I don't know, because you said I looked better than I did at 40.
Oh, you look much better than you did when I first met you.
So if this carries on, if you looked at a graph, I'd look like Johnny Depp when I'm about 70.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Call me when that happens.
The best thing about being dead is you don't know about it. That is the best. It's like being stupid. It's only painful for others. So it's fine.
Very nice. That's very nice.
For everybody, you went to the Achilles heel of everybody. Like when you tell a woman who's, she looks old, that just hits a woman deep in the...
Who did I say that to?
I think you said something about the Sex and the City women, like about...
I said it was airbrushed, and I said, we know how old you are, girls. I saw one of you in an episode of Bonanza. Right? No, I was saying, why lie? There's nothing wrong with being 50 or looking 50.
But you're not a woman. I get you.
But I don't think you lose your sensuality at 50.
And now that you're older, has it occurred to you again, have you given any more thought to God and whether he might be real?
Yeah, I think about it every day.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's not.
You'd like to be like an evil supervillain.
Yeah, that'd be good.
What would your power be, do you think?
Oh, I don't know. I'm 43. I didn't know. Do I have to have a... I'd be annoying. I'm really annoying. I could do that.
You'd be super... You'd be super annoying.
Yeah, anyone that came to Batman would go, oh, this is just...
And what's the matter with your voice?
I've got a sore throat.
Ah.
So that's it.
How long have you had the sore throat?
Just a couple of days.
See, now, I had a sore throat around the holidays.
It's all about you, isn't it? It's all about you.
I've only got a day to live. I said, what do you want to do?
And then when that didn't happen, what is it? And then when that couldn't happen...
Make-A-Wish Foundation.
No.
I'd like to go on Jimmy Fallon, please.
And so, that's not what you said.
No, I didn't.
You want to do something else, and then...
I said anything but Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
Is it true, the story about getting the call from Stephen Hawking?
Yeah, well, I did. I got a call from this guy.
How'd you know it was him?
Well, last time I saw you, I've seen you since then. But last time, do you remember when we flew together? You have to remember this. It was made me laugh. I was crying.
That's not a euphemism. That's not some...
No one thought it was a euphemism at all.
But that night we flew together. I'll tell you one more thing, just to show how stupid he is on national television. He won't mind. We have these reality game shows, Nick. There's so many of them. And you're getting
with celebrities and stuff.
Well, celebrities. You say celebrities, but now they've done so many that it's like siblings of celebrities and next door neighbours of celebrities, and sons and daughters of celebrities. And there was one in particular, and I was talking to Carl, and I said, the thing is with him is, I said he's only famous because of who his dad was, and Carl said, yeah, but you could say the same about Jesus.
I have faith in people.
That's nice.
I think that it'll all be okay.
What?
It'll be okay.
Have you seen people's track record?
No, but it'll be fine because we'll all be dead soon.
French have the best food.
Oh.
Rubbish.
Don't think so.
They eat horses.
Right.
They eat frogs.
Right.
I mean, how did that start? It was the first French bloke to go, I'll have a go at that. Was there two French blokes in the backyard? They're going, I've just built a pond, Pierre. Oh, it's nice, yeah. What's that thing hopping, that slimy thing? That's a frog. We should eat it. What do you mean? You can't eat a frog. Well, no, not all of it, just the legs. Don't eat the frogs. They're good for the garden. They eat the slugs and the snails. Snails.
You never know, do you?
I don't want any fat people to feel uncomfortable at one of my gigs, so next time, buy 2 seats. I'm joking. I'm joking. Shut up. I'm not having a go. I'm just pointing out
you know. I was listening to the radio in England a few weeks back, Radio 4, quite highbrow. There was a discussion about political correctness. My name came up straight away, right? And there was this woman on there going, oh yeah, well it's not right. Ricky Gervais, he makes jokes about fat people. He wouldn't make jokes about gay people, would he? And being fat is like being gay. What? No, it's not. What? You can't choose your sexuality. As we've established, you choose whether to eat too much or not. You know, with your sexuality, you're born, you grow up, you discover you like same-sex relationships, and that's it. You're gay, okay? For being gay to be the same as being fat, you'd have to be born, be straight, grow up knowing you're straight, but gradually and consciously wean yourself onto cock. Babies. In at home, just reading the newspaper. This little girl comes running in. She's only 6. Hello, darling. Hello, Daddy. You've been playing? Yeah. In the park? Yeah. With your friends? Well, until the man came along. Till the man came along? Yeah, a man came along and he asked my friends to leave, so it was just me and him. Darling, come over. Whatever happened, none of it was your fault, okay, darling? None of it was your fault. But tell Daddy every detail. What happened? He took me behind a tree so no one could see what you were doing. Oh, God, darling, and then what happened? He took my dress off. Oh, God, what happened next? What happened? He took his thing out. Oh, God, darling, and then what happened? Nothing, that was it. Oh, well, make something up. He was the ringleader. Old Adolf. That name's died out, hasn't it? He killed that dead, didn't he? No one's calling their kid Adolf nowadays. No little Adolfs going to school. Loads of Brads and Angelinas, but no, look, you don't hear the teacher doing the register. Brad here, Angelina here, Adolf here. I do that quick so no one can take a picture of me doing that. No, but people make excuses for him. People say, oh, he was stupid, he was easily led, he didn't mean that. What do you mean he didn't mean that? They say, oh no, he was influenced by the political philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, right? Because Nietzsche wrote this paper talking about a Superman. He said, not all men are born equal. And Hitler misinterpreted this and went way too far with it. And think of that. You're a great scholar, you've done this work, and you get a call from the Führer. And the Führer goes, all right, Nietzsche. He goes, yeah, good, what do you want? He goes, just read your book. What do you think? Love it. Love all that. Man and Superman, not everyone's equal, kill all the Jews. Sorry? Not everyone's equal, so kill all the Jews. I didn't like that. I read between the lines.
I didn't mean that. That's terrible. You haven't been killing... You haven't been killing Jewish people, have you? What? Have you been killing Jewish people? Yeah. Yeah. A little bit. A few. How many? 6 million. 6 million? That's what I won't do anymore. Leave it at 6. That's terrible. I won't do any more. Stay for dinner? Well, I will, but be careful in future. I will. Are you writing any other books? Well, I am, but I'm scared to tell you about it. I won't do anything. What's your new book called? My new book is called The Gypsies. Do we need them?
We've come a long way from it being punishable to total equality, as it should be, of course. In England, the gay age of consent, same as heterosexuality now, 16, and even gay marriage. Although, ironically, the one place that was really ahead of the game fell behind a little at the last election, California. They had a referendum, they put it to the vote, and they voted no to gay marriage. I mean, in California, there's people going, that's why we moved here. I mean, it's a strange sort of bigotry that you can affect someone else's lifestyle that doesn't affect you back. It's not like they asked a bloke once, said, sorry, do you mind if these two men get married? He went, no, fine. Okay, jack them off then. What? I didn't know that was... That doesn't happen, does it? That doesn't happen. It's also a strange sort of bigotry because these people that object to that were presumably the same people that said, you know, gay people were immoral and promiscuous, but now they don't want to be monogamous and respectful in the eyes of God. And it must be so confusing to a gay guy in California thinking, that's the bit they don't like. With all the other shit we get up to, it's the marriage bit. They must so confused. They must go to judges and go, sorry, can I get the rules straight? What do you want to know? I just need to know what we can and can't do. Ask away. Can I marry a man? No. Can I fuck him up the arse and give him a little reach round? Please. Can't marry him? No. But and the little... Can I pick up a stranger in the bushes and take him home and jizz on him and throw him out in the morning all crusty and homeless? Of course you can, yeah. But I couldn't marry him, no. No, and don't ask again. Could I line up 15 men? I'm just riffing here. Could I line up 15 men and just jack them off? For a laugh. If you want, yeah, yeah. It would be difficult, wouldn't it? Jacking off 15 men at once. It would be like plate spinning. Wouldn't it? No. Because you could only do 2 at once, really, so you'd have these 2 ready to blow, but then they'd be losing it, and you'd go, fucking hell. Oh, there you go. Oh, fucking hell. Oh. Ain't it knackering? Jacking off 15 men at once. Never thought I'd say that. Oh. Think of adopting for a while, a little third world child, because that would tick all 3 boxes, wouldn't it? You know? You think of it like, 1, I wouldn't be adding to the population problem. I'd be alleviating an existing problem. A young kid born through no fault of his own into abject poverty. He would have died without me. I can literally save his life and give him a great upbringing, right? 2, he would be grateful, wouldn't he? He'd want to pay me back, wouldn't he? Particularly if I let him know that all the other kids in the village, they weren't so lucky, they didn't make it out. I'd tell him that early on, so he really bucked his ideas up, right? I'd go, Tundi, come here. Yeah. Go and pop a shirt on, you're not in Africa now, mate. That's better. Yeah. Tundi, yeah, water straight out of a tap, innit? Yes. No, it's not free, it's Hampstead. Yeah, of course it's safe. Safe. Fresh drinking water. Have as much as you want. Have a bucket full. Straight out of a tap. Fresh drinking water. There you go. Go and clean the car. Go on. The world got to see James Corden as a fat pussy. He was also in the movie Cats, but no one saw that. And the reviews, oh, shocking. I saw one that said, this is the worst thing to happen to cats since dogs, right?
But Dame Judi Dench defended the film, saying it was the role she was born to play. Because she... I can't do this next joke. Because she loves nothing better than plonking herself down on the carpet, lifting her leg and licking her... Furball. She's old school. It's the last time, who cares?
In the event of the plane landing on water, your life jacket is equipped with a whistle. The plane hits the water, smashes to bits. Everyone's dead except you, by a miracle. You're bobbing around in the Atlantic Ocean. 4 degrees that water is, right? You've got about 15 minutes before hypothermia sets in, right? Or eaten by a shark, or you drown, and you're hoping they've dispatched air sea rescue, and you're going, oh my God, I'm bruised and broken. I'm going to die. I don't want to die. What happened now? I don't know what I'm doing. Hold on. Now, I don't know if you've ever been in a helicopter. Of course you haven't, right? But they're f***ing loud, right? It's like having your head in a washing machine. It's like that. So you're over the Atlantic Ocean at night, you go... Never gonna happen. Out there, well done, Winslet. I told you. Do a Holocaust movie, the awards come, didn't I? See? Trouble is with Holocaust films, there's never any gag reel on the DVDs. I don't know, there isn't. It's, now, don't do it. It'll be fine. Don't. Sitting at home, just reading the newspaper. This little girl comes running in. She's only 6. Hello, darling. Hello, Daddy. You've been playing? Yeah. In the park? Yeah. With your friends? Well, until the man came along. Till the man came along? Yeah, a man came along, and he asked my friends to leave, so it was just me and him. Darling, come over. Whatever happened, none of it was your fault, okay, darling? None of it was your fault. But tell Daddy every detail. What happened? He took me behind a tree so no one could see what we were doing. Oh, God, darling, and then what happened? He took my dress off. Oh, God, what happened next? What happened? He took his thing out. Oh, God, darling, and then what happened? Nothing, that was it. Oh, well, make something up. I hope I haven't offended anyone. I didn't mean... It's not my fault. There's a lot of powerful people here, so if I said... It's... Honestly, I like a drink as much as the next man. Unless the next man is Mel Gibson.
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind.
This show should just be me coming out going, well done, Netflix, you win everything. Good night. But no, we've got to drag it out for 3 hours. You could binge watch the entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching this show. That's a show about a man who wants to kill himself because his wife dies of cancer. And it's still more fun than this, okay? Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way, so in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself. Just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up. I know he's your friend, but I don't care. Hi, I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Stephen Merchant. Hello. Creators, writers, directors, star of The Office. If you're a fan of that show... Who isn't? Yeah, then you've got a treat coming up because it's the entire first series.
Well, if they're a fan, Rick, then they will have already bought the DVD and already seen the show.
Oh, no. Wait, let me finish. It's the entire first series, but with extra bits. We've got interviews of people, it's a retrospective, people talking about it, A-listers, chatting about why they think The Office is genius. Not my words, I do think it's brilliant. Yeah. Do you know my favourite thing in The Office?
Go on.
You?
Thought as much, yeah.
Yeah.
When I first saw The Office, I I was struck by how original it was on a bunch of different levels. And I think upon first viewing, I thought, that's really great. And then upon my 38th viewing, realized how genius it was.
My first impression of The Office was that it was a masterpiece, and unfortunately, as time passed by, nothing interfered with that glow.
It was so fresh and new in terms of the style, and for me, it reminded me of a style of humor that, you know, I think, you know, in Spinal Tap, RISKIEST and those guys created. I saw that show and I was like, this is incredible.
When I first saw The Office, I thought, finally, there's something funny being done in the world.
I think the thing that I was most struck by is how original a character David Brent was. I've never seen a character in a movie or in television who is that obsessed with what people think of him. And I think a lot of the comedy comes from that. He's got way too much self-awareness.
I can have a joke and a laugh with the people who, you know, I'm supposed to have authority over, and they love me for it. And all that obviously is always, you love watching Brent, but you don't want to be Brent, you want to be Tim.
That didn't happen by accident. It didn't happen because of my overwhelming charisma. Do you know what I mean? It happened because they wanted Tim to be the, you know, the kind of, I suppose, the emotional focus, or at least they wanted him to be the audience, yeah. And he was, you know.
Apparently they had a completely different idea when they were writing it of the sort of person that Gareth would be. He was supposed to be a much bigger, more macho kind of guy, and yeah, so I've heard that when I came in and auditioned, they changed their mind.
Because if you're genuinely physically scared of somebody, if it had like been Tim and Lee, that kind of character, then you just think, I think he's going to hit Tim. He's going to beat him up, you know. Whereas it's kind of Tim and Gareth, you think there's a man who thinks he's Napoleon.
Every single one of those characters is so perfectly cast and in a sort of new, informal way.
Hello, Ryan, I'm Hog.
And Dawn, just the perfect look, the perfect pitch. You know, not so fabulous that, of course, everyone will be in love with her, but you slowly fell in love with her while you watched her.
I've got kind of hot hands, sorry.
Right, just don't touch my head. With Dawn, sometimes I wanted to give her a bit of a shake, you know, because she didn't pursue the guy that she really did want to. The camera is like another character in The Office. It's a whole other member of our show, because it added so much depth, I think, to what people said and did.
Obviously, one of the key aspects of the show was the sort of documentary style, and that had sort of been born out of how we'd originally got it made, and we shot something in a little documentary style. And we did that because it was a very quick way of filming. You can get a lot done quickly in a documentary style. You've got to worry about the finesse. And then over time, we realised that the whole sort of documentary boom that was happening at the time, the sort of docu-soap, things like Driving School and the Airport programme, were throwing up these amazing characters who suddenly were acting in a very specific way because of the fact they were being filmed.
I think the most extraordinary thing about the documentary format, obviously, was Ricky's performance with the camera. That you had his ghastly behaviour, and then on top of the fact that he thought that his ghastly behaviour was absolutely excellent and cool and interesting and complicated.
To the stage where they could actually make it. That's what made it a success, that they knew exactly what they were doing.
We didn't want anything sexy or cool or rock and roll. It was all anti that.
The opening titles, they just blew me away. I remember first time I saw it. It was about.
One of the first things that Ricky ever did as the David Brent character, he had a couple of scenarios in his head that used to play out for me when we worked together. One of which was his character, his sort of seedy boss character, interviewing a woman and his slightly lascivious, lecherous manner, which is actually something we downplayed in Brent. Brent, in the original form, was a lot more seedy, perhaps, than he later became, but certainly that scene where he's interviewing the girl.
Brent doesn't think that that's creepy. He thinks that's romantic. He thinks he's a bit of a Lothario. He's thinking he's setting the mood for love. He doesn't think this is seedy or anything, does he? So he thinks she's going to go, "You're the most interesting man I've ever met." And you're handsome with your little beard.
One of the things is it's a great physical performance by Ricky. You know, I mean, obviously the gestures have now become slightly over well known, the tie and the looks to camera. But he does sometimes, every so often, he will do bigger stuff. He'll be when a woman's around, as opposed to the way he'll be when someone who he's frightened of will be around, some higher status person will be around.
regular guys working in an office instead of a factory or being a mechanic. And what we did was we showed the difference between the two lads, but he knows it's wrong. And he knows this thing, sexism, he's heard of that, and he knows about misogyny, he knows all those things, he knows all the isms, he just doesn't really hates having a woman as a boss. Deep down he hates it. And he hates being undermined anyway by a woman. He hates being undermined by anyone in front of the camera. So it just, his world just implodes in that episode. One of the other themes in The Office is comedy itself. You know, you get a lot of things off your chest. We had a go at people just shouting catchphrases.
Ricky, leave it!
Props, just bringing in a funny thing.
I would have enjoyed watching Tim and Dawn and their journey because it didn't seem implausible and it didn't seem unreachable. They made it feel as if you could have these little things inside you, these little stories that can come out, rather than it being this glossy Hollywood love story where they all end up brilliantly happy, but everyone's unbelievably rich and beautiful and in, you know, sunny lands, and it doesn't feel like where we are, you know what I mean? And so I think I would have enjoyed seeing it play out.
For someone like me, the romantic drama, particularly of the great Christmas special, you know, is one of the great romantic comedies of all time, one of the great romantic stories of all time. I mean, I think the very best sitcoms have had profound things at the bottom of them. I suppose that's what makes them good.
All of my favourite shows have always had a sort of romantic strand in them, whether it be Northern Exposure or Moonlighting or Friends. And I think it's one of the reasons, one of the things we liked is the kind of soap opera feel that the best of those shows have. You know, soap opera not being a sort of a damning phrase at all, that actually there's something about watching from week to week and building an understanding of that world and caring about those characters that's very unique to television. And a lot of British comedies don't seem to do that enough, and it seems strange. You know, you're coming week after week, so you can draw people in. And so we were very keen to have that romantic thread, because we knew if we just kept going, it would just become the sort of beating heart of the show in a way.
The supporting cast were actors, but sometimes it just said in the script, man one, woman one. And we gave them all names anyway, just in case it popped up, because we wanted that realism. They came in every day, they were sat in their seats, and they'd really be typing. And then one thing in the script said, someone leaves a message on his answer phone, and it was Ewan, and he was just cracking us up.
Hello, I'll call you tomorrow.
One of our pet hates was exposition, where someone walks into a room and goes, Jonathan, you know your sister, the one that went to the Gambia, who's a doctor? Yeah. But we found out that we could do that with Keith because of his strange, laconic tone. He could remind the audience what had happened and what was embarrassing. So,
with me taking a bite into the Scotch egg, we're talking about watching peak practice. Boring, isn't it? Just staying in watching peak practice with your life.
Yeah.
Not for me, I like it.
I'll just stay.
That was so good. That was so good.
Something would put us off, or something would go, and one of us would always kind of crack and lose it, and we just couldn't get it right. We got through 3 or 4 Scotch eggs, and eventually they had to give me ones back that had a bite taken out of them because they didn't have enough bought for the number of takes it took. So a couple of times I had to disguise a bite that had already been taken out and go in again. Boring, isn't it? Just staying in watching peak practice with your life.
Yeah, it is.
Not for me, I like it.
Yeah, I just stayed in at a big... It was one of the 400,000 scenes that we couldn't do in under 4 hours because it was just a lot of laughing, you know.
I was the worst corpser of all. Yeah, I mean, it's strange because my job is to try and make people laugh for my own amusement, but sometimes that goes wrong and I can see fear in their face, or I found myself funny and I'd laugh and ruin a take. Also, even if you've written the lines, if they're funny, I still laugh.
What's the difference? A dwarf is someone who has disproportionately short arms and legs.
I'm so sorry.
What's the difference? A dwarf is someone...
Fucking hell! You can't help corpsing. You can't help. You can help putting people off and making them corpse. But if someone's finding something funny, you know, I celebrate that, really.
I thought I found a lump. I examine myself regularly. I get checked out. It's fine, but terrifying. Testicular cancer. Cancer of them old testicles. What's that?
Oh, that was a great one.
We'll do it again. We'll do it again. Damn! Steve came over once in the office and said, Rick, it's like making your own TV show isn't interesting enough for you. You've got to have other things going on. And so, I do, you know, I multitask. I try and get something in the can, and I try and ruin the tape for my own amusement.
Action!
9.99 pure silk, so I had to snap it up. OK.
He can't stand to do the same take twice, and so he would change something about it every time.
Action!
And Wally Burton, 2 for 10 quid, so I went, yes, please.
Something would have to be different, and that was the thing that would crack you up.
Action!
And, you know, Deaf Nobby Burton, who comes around with a case, 2 for...
Why are you making it harder for yourself?
OK, I'm sorry. OK, I'll just say Nobby Burton, who comes round with a case. 2 for 10, I've got 4.
I think sometimes he'll improvise an idea that will amuse him and that will amuse someone else. And now Ricky thinks, right, OK, I've got them now. And then he will just keep going. He just thinks, well, this for my own amusement. Even though we're making a TV show, the clock's ticking, we're losing money, and we've got to get it on BBC Two. He's thinking, no.
That probably contributed to making it so funny as well, because it was so fresh. Each one of those takes that finally got into the series was unique.
I've only just reached a point where I can watch it now and enjoy it and not really be thinking about how it was made or what he was doing that day that was terribly annoying. Now I start to see it, I think, for the first time as audiences do, and I can't remember some of the episodes, I can't remember some of the scripts. Jokes amuse me now for the first time, and so I've just got to a point where I can sort of see it and enjoy it. And now I feel more proud perhaps than I did then, because I really feel excited when I see a little clip of it somewhere, because it just feels such a three-dimensional world. I think that's the thing you're always trying to chase as a writer, is a world in which people believe those characters exist and that somewhere they're out there. And that, I think, you know, is its sort of greatest, for me at least, our greatest achievement.
Yeah, I mean, I've only got fond memories of everything from meeting Steve to winning the Golden Globes, you know.
What I think really, you know, has changed American television is that by bringing over an American version of The Office and really staying true to the tone of the original, and then it becoming a success in America, has totally revitalized comedy on television in the States.
I keep it on in my house sometimes just for comfort. I just keep it on. I'm not even necessarily watching it. I'm just sort of listening to it because I find it comforting to... That sounds weird. Yeah, I keep my pants on.
Staggered at how successful The Office has been worldwide, and I think that what I love about it the most is that the characters are essentially the same in the remade shows. Brent is still Brent, and Tim and Dawn still Tim and Dawn, Gareth still Gareth, even though the names aren't the same. The characters essentially are...
At one time or another, every bloke in the office is woken up at the crack of dawn.
What?
La chef réceptionniste. Ça va? Oh oui, oh, viens. Anne, viens. Oh oui, viens, Anne. Oh, viens!
À la camita!
Il est chiant, il arrête pas de me mettre du fromage partout dans mes affaires.
Pero mire, pero ¿cómo voy a desperdiciar comida, hombre, por Dios? ¿Pero cuánta gente puede alimentar?
I thought I found a lump.
Realmente me encontré un poroto, una cuestión re fea.
Cancer des testicules. Mes pauvres petites testicules. C'est quoi?
I look back and there was that road
to write. Honestly, was to write and be involved with a sitcom that would be thought of, you know, fondly and possibly even amongst, you know, the sort of much-loved sitcoms. And I feel like to some degree we've achieved that. And so now I don't know what I'm doing with the rest of my life. Now I've got to sort of recalibrate my expectations. Now I'm just filling up the hours before I die. That's why I'm here today. That's not gloomy, is it?
Well, you got voiceover work, though, haven't you?
Got some voiceover work. Yeah. I got some voiceover work. Barclays.
Sell out.
Right, last one, come on guys. Our next presenter starred in Netflix's Bird Box, a movie where people survive by acting like they don't see a thing. Sort of like working for Harvey Weinstein. You did it, I didn't, you did it. Got to see James Corden as a fat pussy. He was also in the movie Cats, but no one saw that. And the reviews, oh, shocking. I saw one that said, this is the worst thing to happen to cats since dogs, right? But Dame Judi Dench defended the film, saying it was the role she was born to play, because she... I can't do this next joke. Because she loves nothing better than plonking herself down on the carpet, lifting her leg and licking her... Furball. She's old school. It's the last time, who cares? But as I say, I'm going to be nice tonight. I've changed. Not as much as Bruce Jenner, obviously. Now Caitlyn Jenner, of course. What a year she's had. She became a role model for trans people everywhere, showing great bravery in breaking down barriers and destroying stereotypes. She didn't do a lot for women drivers, but... I've changed. Not as much as Bruce Jenner, obviously. Now Caitlyn Jenner, of course. What a year she's had. She became a role model for trans people everywhere, showing great bravery in breaking down barriers and destroying stereotypes. She didn't do a lot for women drivers, but... is the star of the hilarious comedy The Martian. Oh, he nearly died. Right. He's also the only person who Ben Affleck hasn't been unfaithful to. Please welcome Matt Damon.
Thank you.
No one cares about movies anymore. No one goes to the cinema. No one really watches network TV. Everyone's watching Netflix. This show should just be me coming out going, well done, Netflix, you win everything. Good night. But no, we've got to drag it out for 3 hours. You could binge watch the entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching this show. That's a show about a man who wants to kill himself because his wife dies of cancer. And it's still more fun than this, okay? Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way, so in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself. Just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up! I know he's your friend, but I don't care. The TV game with a morning show, a superb drama, yeah. A superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing, made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. So, well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and... So... It's already 3 hours long. The excellent Spotlight has been nominated. Yeah. The Catholic Church are furious about the film as it exposes the fact that 5% of all their priests have repeatedly molested children and been allowed to continue to work without punishment.
Roman Polanski called it the best date movie ever. The Irishman was amazing. It was amazing. Look, it was. It was great. Long, but amazing. It wasn't the only epic movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, nearly 3 hours long. Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end, his date was too old for him. So... Even Prince Andrew's like, come on, Leo, mate, you know. You're nearly 50, son. And I think that's the important thing, because I've often said that people get offended when they mistake the subject of a joke with the actual target.
Yeah.
And they're not necessarily the same thing. You can make jokes about any subject. It depends what the joke is.
Yeah.
There's no rules. You can't joke about this. You can.
You should be able to.
You just can.
Yeah.
Okay? And there's nothing sacred. But people then they go, wow, yeah, but you shouldn't hurt people's feelings. Well, you can if their feelings are wrong.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't like the facts, don't change the facts, change the feelings.
Yeah.
You know.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? Uh-oh, Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
How arrogant are you to think that you deserve to go through life with no one ever saying anything that you don't agree with or like? I want people to stop saying that joke's offensive.
Yeah.
I want them to start saying I found it offensive, because you've got to own the emotion, because that's all it is. You're just telling me how you feel about it.
Yeah.
There's nothing intrinsically offensive about this joke.
Keep my wife's name out your f***ing mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your f***ing mouth.
I'm going to, okay? That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.